Hi guys, good afternoon. We had a unique data science big data problem on how COVID-19 played its part in flight delays and cancellation. So let me just give you a brief introduction on what were our goals and what were the achievements. Our goal was to actually analyze first flights data set. We took it from Bureau of Transportation and Statistics. Each month they generate a file of around 1 GB. So we collected those 12 months 12 months data for 1 year, 2019 and 2020. And then once that data was collected, we wanted to basically visualize it and do some data pre-processing steps and see what we can actually achieve through it. We used PySpark to help us basically parallelly compute those 12 files, and actually there were 24 files for 2 years. So we wanted to merge them and generate one file for each year. So a few pre-processing cleansing steps. When we actually tried to load it, we saw that there were a lot of missing values in some separate columns. So we were quite stuck initially. Then how to tackle those missing values, or how to tackle those.
How many columns do you have?
Three.
What is the data?
Sir, it's coming right after this slide. Yeah, right after the slide.
So that needs to come up.
So I just tried to load it initially. So the point of this slide was basically to before you try to load it, you need to actually see it in Excel or Power BI, or what are your columns, so you know actually what resides in which column. If you're trying to load without seeing it, you might load it in different columns, and your data accuracy will definitely decrease. So I tried. The point of this slide is basically garbage in equals to garbage out. That means if your data is not correct, or if you haven't done the correct pre-processing steps, you shouldn't expect the good results. So this was the slide. The few column names mentioned from flights dataset. We have day of the month, which day of the week, and then origin of the airport. The marked one are basically the one important for our machine learning algorithm. Origin, destination, the departure time, and then we had basically two variables: arrival delay and departure delay. Those were the actually output variables. If they're 1, that means the flight has got delayed, and if they are 0, that means the flight is on time. Yep. So basically, I've concatenated those 2019 and 2020 into one data set, and then we have handled null values. These the percentage was very small, but when we are handling null values, the main thing is it actually deviates your mean value, right? So this is the thing about outliers. If you try to tackle them in your machine learning algorithm, you shouldn't be expecting good results, since you need to exclude those values as they will definitely decrease your accuracy and overall impact. We did some further pre-processing steps, like discretizing important columns. That is basically creating slabs. So distance category here is basically a slab of 4 different values, like from 366 miles to 640, and then we had some value counts against these. This is like just to visualize data in different prospects, so you can actually question what you want from the data. Questions to ask. This is very important, right? So I need to see how many are there departure flights, how many are arrivals, and in the departure flights, how many are on time, how many are delayed, and likewise in arrivals, how many are on time and how many are delayed. One important thing which I noted for actual machine learning algorithms to work perfectly fine was your data set should be equal. So for example, I have a very simple, let's take an example of simple faulty and non-faulty data set, in which 90% of my output class is like faulty, 90%. And you expect your machine learning algorithm to predict, so likely result, the likeliness of your output will be faulty, since the machine learning algorithm is trained like this. It is trained more on faulty, so you expect the result to be faulty. That's why you have to keep them in equal proposition or equal sampling. Otherwise, you have to do undersampling, oversampling. There are many techniques just to generate equal data sets. Then we did some grouping by some extra functions, just like you can see day 4, that is actually Wednesday, had the maximum delay. So there must be something wrong. And likewise, like at the end of the month, like from 24 to 21, I saw maximum delays, like around 14,000. I have just grouped by, and then the next column is basically the percentage of the total. So this is like actually visualizing it in a different pattern, like which days of the month and which days of the week are specific. This
You can say which day has more flights.
more flights, or you can say like
Weekend more have more flights than others. How many?
sir, yeah, Saturdays, Sundays, and we saw like through the time period, we saw between 4 to 7, since the flight numbers were huge. So we saw a lot of delays. So it's like the busyness of the airport.
Yeah. So in terms of analyzing the data that you got,
Mhm.
you can see delay angle, but you can also see the current characteristics of flights.
Flight.
Also.
Exactly.
Right. So do you see that you said 2 years, right?
Yeah, 2019 and 2020.
And
2020.
data for
Since to merge it using COVID.
no, that you can draw a comparison. What happened COVID?
Yeah,
What happened during COVID in flight
exactly.
in general?
True. We have
2018 is a sound year, but 1920 was the COVID year.
Cool.
So flight number changed, or
Mhm.
is it the same?
yeah, it did change. We'll
Changed quite a lot. Right?
yeah, after we'll put that in conclusion.
You can check that.
Yeah.
That's the first thing you check.
Exactly.
Then you can go into more detail how you can see all this detailed thing from the data, right?
So again, according to the time, I've grouped by. So I saw like between 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. I saw like maximum delays. It's because like the busyness of the airports or some other factors. We'll come to conclusion after the in the final presentation or later onwards. Again, I saw like which origin and which on the destinations are the maximum contributing factors. So I saw this airport, Chicago O'Hare International Airport, and DFW, that's Dallas. So these two were actually the most common and the most popular among the delays. Why is it so?
They are also the one who has the
They have that, yeah. I have a visualization for that. So this is the word cloud. So we can see the ORD here and DFW with the maximum appearance. Yeah, using PySpark. And then this is plotting correlation. Basically, I need my variables, only those variables which are important for my machine learning or those which have high correlation. I just need those to be fed into my final model. Yep, this is basically data distribution. Like I said, for example, why do you need to deal with outliers? Let's take a quick example of our class and our mid exam. Our TA, after watching Pakistan India match, if he, for example, by mistake he put 999, 3 nines instead of 2 nines, you'll see the mean value go all the way not acceptable, right? So you need to remove those. This is the visualization I just wanted to show quickly. On Power BI, this is a bubble chart. The bubble chart is basically, it caters a lot of dimensions. The size of the bubble basically represents how many flights it has catered. And on here I have arrival and departure separately. And then I have like the color represents which region those flights belong to, right? So I can easily filter, I can easily visualize. It's easier for me to know what's going on. How to go next? Okay.